On that note, I'd like to pass over to Glenn Flood, our alchemist, to take over. Thank you, Glenn. Over to you.
Excellent. Thank you, Mario. Okay, team. Lovely to see so many familiar faces back in the virtual room. And I mean, earlier in the year, we were very optimistic about how we might be able to get together in Sydney at Fine Food and have a breakfast or a brunch or something. And unfortunately, it's just where we are right now. That doesn't mean it can't be any less engaging or as much fun. And, you know, speaking a lot with Andrew and Mario over the last 12 months, we're just, you know, really aware of the challenges that have been presented to all of us over this last 18-month period. And finding the small things to celebrate, I think, especially right now, are really important. So, you know, on behalf of us, we really appreciate the engagement levels and the care that you've shown each other over the last 18 months through supporting buddy programs and some of the incentives that we've put forward, and how everyone's just jumped on board to join the conversation, whether it be a member or a sponsor. And I hope that everyone takes value out of these sessions that we've been putting together. You know, as a chef, I know that the quality of the meal is only as good as all the little ingredients and all the mise en place that come together. And here as an organization, I think, you know, the quality of our membership is only as good as the contribution from each and every one of us. So we keep that front of mind as we go through these journeys to bring something interesting to the table, some conversation, a viewpoint, a perspective. It's all very important and all very valid. So from listening in a lot over the last 12 months with FCSI, you know, I'm just really inspired by the genuine care and the expertise that we have in the virtual room. And I believe if we continue on this journey, that the next, you know, 12 months are going to be very, very bright indeed. So as Mario said, did everyone receive their hampers? Just give me a little nod if you received a little something, a little gift. Oh yeah, it's got pleasantly surprised. You know, I was going through some gorgeous, you know, beautiful beer nuts here, and I'm not sure if Mario selected this one himself, but I got a Shiraz from Margaret River. Mario, thank you very much.
You're welcome, mate.
Little local drop
West Australian wine.
Wow, beautiful Western Australian wine. So I thought, you know, trying to celebrate the little things, and especially over the last 12 months, I know for me personally, there's been a real highlight on celebrating the little things with my family and friends in any little moments, and also never taking anything for granted. So sometimes the little things become the big things, and celebration is a little theme I thought we might take through this evening. So I don't know if this is a global or universal. I know it's definitely big in Australia, but if I did this, what does that mean to you all?
Time to say cheers.
Charge the glass. I thought we'd just do a little test run, right? So just for the next hour, being it is happy hour, and you know, I'm not saying you have to drink to be happy, but if you're already happy, a few more drinks can make you happier. When you hear this sound, we'll raise our glasses and we'll have a toast. So first and foremost, we will toast to the former chair, to Mario. Mario.
Thank you.
Yes. So now that we've given that a little test run, all right, and don't feel that you need to wait for me to sound the bell before you drink. You slurp away. But I'd like to just quickly introduce our session today. Shrey, if we'll just jump the next slide. So we're going to move forward and be hearing from myself and Andrew and Steve. So we're excited to have a fresh new slide, and as you've been through the AGM there, a new team and some new faces, bringing some new energy into the room. To kick us off though, we're going to hear from our former chair, Mario. And Mario, just remember now that we've gone through the formalities, so we're a little bit more relaxed, a bit more informal, have a little fun, celebrate the little things. But if you can, Mario, I'd love to hear your perspective on the journey as the former chair and maybe a couple of highlights.
Okay, thanks, Glenn. Yes, I just want to say it was really an honor and privilege to hold that position. And whenever I do anything, I take it very seriously. So there were many things that, touched me and through that process. But I just want to touch on three things today and share three things with you. One was my intention and the intention of the board to make our APD stronger and better. And we did that by engaging with the consultants through the webinars, through the buddy program, getting Taz on board, setting up an Australian entity, which was, quite a challenge, but we were able to achieve that, and that helped to make our APD stronger and better. The other thing was always wanting to, increase our member benefits, get the members get the satisfaction of being a member of the of FCSI, and I think the Project Excellence is one of the great initiatives that giving members a chance to showcase their excellence, showcase their knowledge. It's not about winning or losing; it's about sharing your knowledge and experience, which I think and also the other big thing with the member benefits is just the collaboration that you get to know other members, share ideas with like-minded members. I had so many discussions with Andrew, Tim, Francis, Steve, right throughout the year on projects we're working on, how we can collaborate. And I can see Francis has joined back, and he's connecting with Steve Sid, and they're talking to each other about things that they're doing. So that collaboration, while always keeping our clients' interest foremost in anything that we do, and bring so that's a great thing. I think the second thing is member benefit, and the last is the personal and professional relationships that I've been able to forge during my time as chair, and that's not been restricted to only Australia, but it's been across Asia Pacific division, Europe, Americas, just able to connect with people across the globe. And most important thing is in connecting and sharing our experiences with others, that we can all become better and deliver good outcomes for our clients. And I can say one of the things that really warmed my heart is to see some of the old stalwarts like Francis and in Australia, Rajat in India, who had taken a break from FCSI and who are coming back to the fold. And there's a few others that Andrew and I are tapping on the shoulder that are good stalwarts out there, and encourage them to come back. And we're going to do that not by just telling them to come back, but by them seeing that there are actually good things happening in FCSI, and then they want to come back. And the last thing is that it's been fantastic. Anna from FCA in Melbourne has recently joined. We've got two from Brian Lennox's firm at UFD that have shown an interest to join. I've got one of my team members here in Perth who's also put in an application to be a member of FCSI. So yeah, that's fantastic and really heartwarming. So those are my things, Glenn. Thanks very much.
So if we were standing at the bar, which we would be right now, I think we'd be just doing a small round of applause. So I'll get everyone to unmute. Let's share a little bit of love, and let's drink. Mario. Thank you, Mario. Thank you. No, it's not the same as maybe a toast face-to-face or maybe a hug or a handshake, but we take what we can right now.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mario. So I believe that we put the net out to some of our global members that couldn't be here today to send in a short video. And if it's okay, everyone charge a glass once again, and let's have a little toast, and let's hear from a few of our global members there.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Lam and I lead the Wellbook business here in Asia Pacific. I wanted to take a few moments just to say thank you to the board of FCSI here in Asia for their leadership over the last couple of years. I think as a manufacturer and allied member, our membership and participation with the FCSI is an important one. It gives us an avenue to understand the concerns of the consulting community, as well as helping us make better decisions with our products. The ongoing pandemic has affected our industry, and as components of the F&B industry, I think the FCSI and manufacturers like us can be an avenue to share ideas and provide thought leadership. The industry is a resilient one. I've often said it is not a matter of if it will recover, but when it will recover and how fast it will recover. Once again, we appreciate our association with FCSI, and we look forward to journey together in the future.
Hello, everyone. I am Eric Norman. I am the current chair of FCSI, the Americas division. I have served on the Americas board for quite a few years now, and I just joined the worldwide board a little under 2 years ago. It has been a great pleasure to work with Mario and Greg from the Asia Pacific division. Mario has been really great about keeping me informed in regards to what's going on with the new board positions, the Asia Pacific events, the Member Project Excellence Initiative, and the addition of the new association management firm for the division. I look forward to the future of our relationship with Asia Pacific, and I am very hopeful that I will soon be able to make a trip down to the division for an upcoming FCSI event.
Good morning, everyone. It's Francis Loughran here from Future Food. I am working from home like the rest of my colleagues. Many sectors of the industry have been affected as an outcome of the pandemic over the last 16 months. Small businesses, individual operators in food, medium-sized businesses, larger organizations. So we're continuing our work. We're calling retailers, we're calling colleagues. We're working on the basis that the industry will come out stronger. It will learn from all of the downside of the pandemic, but we all work together. We're food service professionals. We work across many sectors and we must support each other, bringing in new business, delivering the business that we have and going forward, and use the organization and all its network to support each other in these difficult times. But there is light at the end of the tunnel and there's work for all of us, and the delivery of our projects will give us great satisfaction.
I've been a member for 15, 16 years, something like that. I've seen a transformation in the organisation in the last 2 or 3 years. It's become much more inclusive. This has been a byproduct of the COVID, where it's actually locked us down and we've been forced to use other technologies to meet. And that's actually worked to our benefit as an organisation. It's starting to create community, which is really important for all of us, including what they call the buddy system, which is mentoring the younger people coming through, which I find particularly enjoyable. So all I can say is good work in the last 2 or 3 years for the board and the people associated with it, because they have actually changed the face of bigger and better things coming forward in the future.
Good day from Perth, Western Australia. It has been my absolute pleasure to be the chair of the Food Service Consultant International Society Asia Pacific Division. Wow, what a journey it has been. I was very fortunate to have the mentoring of Greg O'Connell and more recently of Bill Caruso from our FCSI Worldwide President. My best experience with FCSI has been the amazing relationships that I've been able to forge, both professional and personal, with great people. Our division has been strong and better thanks to some amazing support I have received from Andrew Brain and Steve Sid, and I'm very confident that our division will be even stronger and better under their leadership as they take the division forward. Make the best use of your FCSI. Reach out and collaborate with the other FCSI professional and allied members to make your own businesses stronger and better and deliver better outcomes for your clients.
Nice work, team. Great contribution there. Larry, is that the same shirt?
It's the same shirt. I only have one shirt.
was looking, I'm seeing double Larry, a live cross with Larry. Fantastic. That is so good. That is so good. Steve, you and your team did such a fantastic job bringing that together. And just to hear the messages, right? We've all got so much content to share with each other and support each other. And little grabs like that in the years to come can be really important when you reflect back or things aren't going so well, just to remind each other that, We're a big network. We have great reach and we have so much value to bring into our clients. So let's keep that one front of mind. Now, Andrew, I have a question for you, and you know, here little segment on the couch, because quite casually here we usually have the opportunity at the bar to meet a few of our board members and get to know a little bit more about what makes them tick. So a question I have for you, Andrew, is you're now the chair. I mean, it sounds like hard work. Why have you put your hand up for this role?
Some would say I didn't put my hand up, but I think look, the truth is it's one of those things where we all have opinions, and most people know I'm a fairly opinionated person. And what's the point of opinion if you don't get a chance to voice it? So having shared the board with Mario and Steve and Greg and the various other members, I've found a brilliant opportunity to talk about what things are important to me and then how I can contribute. So it's just the knock on. So moving to this position is really just me contributing at basically the same level. Now I've just got more team members to work with.
Excellent, excellent. And would it be lovely to hear from a couple of our newer board members there. Larry, I might just ask you a question if it's all right.
Sure.
Larry, what made you want to get involved a bit more with the board?
I was asked.
Special tap on the shoulder?
Yeah. But no, it's more about this community thing. I mentioned it before in that little video. I'm seeing a lot of invigorating stuff going on with the FSCI, and I would like to be more involved in that. You know, I see it as an opportunity to build a real industry here, something that's tangible. So I figure I best put an oar in the water.
Fantastic. And Larry, you're based in sunny Queensland, is that right?
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. And so in a normal year, so just peeling back the clock a couple of years when there was a lot of travel, are you traveling a lot with your work? Are you international or maybe domestic?
Predominantly I'm domestic, but we've done some work overseas, up in Macau and places like that. Normally you do anything up to about 40 trips a year.
Yeah, right.
Last year I think it was 4. I haven't been overseas for 2 years, so you know, it has changed how we do business.
Like a lot of us, And I'd imagine just give a nod of the head there, or even have a sip if you're missing maybe just sitting in an airline lounge, or traveling overseas to meet friends, family, whatever.
Not missing being in an airline lounge. Don't like
not missing. Not the travel, the destination, not
destination,
the journey.
Yes, so my wife's
still
stuck in America. She's been there for 2 years.
Wow.
And
that's got to be tough.
Yeah, but no one here to abuse me. That's bad.
Thank you.
No, seriously, it is a tough thing, but we decided to be safe than sorry. As far as traveling, as you know, airplanes are incubators with wings. I didn't want to lose my wife, so I said, no, you sit where you are in our house over there in Georgia, and at some stage we'll be able to get back together again.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks for sharing that with us there, Larry. That's all right. Well, we've got the illustrious Steve Sid here. Steve, and again, well done on the video, right? Just jump in and contribute. But tell me, what's in it as a board member? Like, is it just more work, because we're all pretty busy, right?
No, I think the importance is what we can contribute to the association. You know, I was introduced to FCSI initially by Tony Clark, and obviously meeting, the current board and everybody, the members. I think it's exciting to see the opportunity for the association. It's not so much being on the board, it's about what we can bring to the association, about getting more exposure, supporting our members, getting more recognition for the association. I think that's the exciting part for me as being on the board is getting the name out there and getting the association and getting that recognition that it deserves. I'm very passionate about the industry and passionate about what I do, as well as everybody else that's on the board and the members. So it's about, showing what we do and getting that recognition that it deserves. So I'm excited about just being on the board and supporting it and taking it places.
Yeah. Fantastic, and well summarised there. Steve, I can sense the excitement in your voice coming forward, right? As we contribute and think about the journey ahead and what can be achieved through this wonderful organisation.
Yeah.
Andrew, I mean, if it's okay with you, we've got a few minutes spare. If anyone has a question, we'd just like to get to know maybe Larry, Steve, Andrew a little bit more. Has anyone got a sort of question to throw out there? Maybe favorite drinks, pets, you know, best ways to kill a Friday afternoon. Could be anything.
Should we just have another toast? Yes, Tim.
Oh, another toast. Tim's got a great question for us.
Andrew, what car are you renovating at the moment?
Just a little 66 Chevy.
Same one.
That's only 2.5 tons.
You're not going to have much time this year, though.
Well, it's half in my shed. Well, a third's in my shed. Another third is at the mechanics. Another third is at the body shop. So I'm only doing a little part of it at the moment.
That's good.
Yeah, lovely. How long have you been working on the Chevy for, Andrew?
10 years.
Right. Nice.
That's been sitting.
Great patience.
It is. That's one of my virtues, I hear. I actually took it off the road and deregistered in '92. So it's been off the road longer than I ever drove it.
I'm sure there's a strategy behind it there, as you're just watching we were talking about this recently. I've got
crazy
a friend that
idea.
works at Lloyd's Auctions, and he said the classic car market is going insane at the moment. So with lots of garage projects happening around the country. So exciting times.
I have been told if I spend 80 grand on it, I'll probably double it. But then you've got to find someone who's going to buy it. And in 10 years, who's going to buy a petrol car?
Yeah, don't worry, I'll be with you, Andrew. I'm there.
I'm
going
to
spur him on a little
$10 a litre.
I've got a 72 Cutlass arriving within 2 weeks, and I'm going to drive it past Andrew's office just to get him to get that Chev on the road.
Just so long as you leave some smoke and some licorice in the street.
Sounds like there could be an upcoming car rally. Steve,
let's face it, Andrew, you don't want to sell these sort of automobiles anyway. You want to keep them hold of them.
Yeah, no intention. I think my son will wish I'd never done it.
No doubt.
Guys, I've just sent a message. Look, thank you for the old board and congratulations, and to the new board, congratulations also. I look forward. I do need to get into another appointment, so look forward to working with the new board in the future, and congratulations all.
Thanks for joining us, Brian.
Just one last toast for Brian, I think.
Cheers.
Cheers, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, Brian.
Have a great
Cheers,
Thanks,
Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Steve, I did have a question for you there, Steve. Now, I'm aware that you have a significant labour force in a couple of hundred individuals, hospitality workers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and recently you had an engagement session. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we employ in excess of 300 staff. So every Wednesday at 11:30, after the 11 o'clock announcement, obviously, we like to engage with our staff. So we did it's every week we do something different. Last week we did 2 truths and a lie. So we went around the group to and let everyone give their answers and for us to guess their answers. But tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow we sent out a cheese kit, an Italian cheese making kit to all of our staff. So tomorrow 11:30 we're doing a cheese making class via Zoom. So it's important for us, with our 300 staff that we keep that engagement going on. So tomorrow is an exciting day for our staff.
Wow.
To engage and do this the cheese making class for them.
Massive. What kind of cheese, Steve?
We're making halloumi.
Oh,
nice.
Yum. Yeah, I love the squelch between the teeth, right? When you pan fry it and you get the squelch.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
You know that, Steve, what did the cheese say when it looked itself in the mirror?
What did it say?
Hello, me.
I'm going to use that tomorrow.
as the opener. Oh,
yeah.
fantastic.
It was Father's Day.
Yeah.
That's where I heard it.
Oh, excellent.
That's
excellent.
Great.
Well, team, lovely to hear from the board members there. We might just have another little Another little toast there for to the new board, and thank you for sharing some stories, and we look very much forward to hearing a lot more of those as the year unfolds. Lovely. That's a lovely drop too, Mario. Thank you.
Okay,
the Shiraz. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've got a really exciting initiative, and this is the inaugural year for the Project Excellence. So as I understand it, the entries have recently closed off. So there's things that we can't discuss because they're too top secret. But I'd love to hear from a couple of our sponsors that got behind this initiative on why it was important and a little bit more about Project Excellence. So if I can call on Greg O'Connell from Moffat. Greg, I just wanted to hear from your perspective when you first heard about, well, you know, maybe what is Project Excellence, but when you heard about it, why did you as an organization decide to get behind it?
Well, Glenn, it was really, really easy for us because when Mario raised the idea of the Project Excellence, we've been long-term sponsors over the years, and when you get an opportunity to really look at a project that includes world-class talent, which we do have in this part of the world, we have some inspiring people. There's great innovation every day coming out of the consulting groups, and there's great risk and courage and so on that's associated with these projects. And when you have a backdrop like that, it's very easy to start to make sure that we never take that for granted. And we're very fortunate to get a number of wonderful projects, and as Mario also said in his opening remarks, there's no winners or losers here. They're all wonderful projects, and we need to make sure that we continue to recognise the quality of what goes on. And it is really just a pleasure. It's a privilege, frankly, to be able to work with people who have such knowledge and such experience. So it's a no-brainer from our perspective.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, that's excellent, Greg. Thank you very much for sharing that and recognizing quality and it's, again, something to celebrate, especially right now. You know, why not take the opportunity to celebrate, especially excellence is something we're striving towards as individuals. Wayne, I might also just ask the similar question for yourself. I mean, from your perspective there, I know you've jumped on as a platinum sponsor, and I mean, why is this important to UNOX?
We had sort of dissolved our engagement leading up to the new board or the last couple of years. And for me, if I'm going to be involved with something, I like to get quite involved. I don't want to do half a job. And I'm sitting back and watching what was happening with the FCSI and the guys who ran it incredibly well in the last couple of years from and the engagement, and they make you feel part of it. And for me, I get excited about things and I want to get in. I'm a bit, you know, Glenn, I know someone who's a little like myself like that. And I want to be part of it, and I want to support the thing because I want to, you know, I want to be able to encourage more people to be involved. Obviously, we have a great belief in our products and so forth, and I want to be in front of more people, but I also want to support the industry. And to me, that's incredibly important. And I'm watching, as Tony said, I think earlier, it's great to see so many young, new people coming in. You know, it's where I'm not that old, but I'm on my way out the door relatively, if you like. Yeah,
that passing of knowledge on to next generation, really important. And
it is. Yeah, it is. And, you know, my son just returned from the US after nearly 4 years there working for us, and he's home now with his young family, and he'll be starting to be involved with us in this because I need him to be. And he needs to know where the company and the business is going as a future, but the industry.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really important to us that we support all levels of it.
Andrew, how important are sponsors to an initiative such as this?
I think the engagement is really important, and sponsors are you know typically taken from the allied members. And so when we approach allied members, we need to provide a benefit. And just like our consultant members, unless you give the allied members a benefit, a platform or an opportunity to present their product and their brand, it would be very hard to quantify a value. So I think in this case, all of our sponsors, be it Moffat, Unox, Myco, Wellbuilt, we appreciate the feedback from the sponsor.
Yeah, no, really good. And is this so is this isn't just a once-off then? Is that what you're saying?
Definitely not. I think there's not only the project excellence, we're also looking at trying to do the internship again, multiple exclusive product launches, virtual factory tours.
Yeah.
Sorry,
well,
Glenn, if I may just add.
Absolutely,
also
Mario.
Just with respect to the sponsors, the thing is that these projects just don't happen on their own. There's a lot of effort that goes into it. So while the likes of Andrew, myself, and Steve put in our time voluntary, we still have to engage and pay Progressive Content in the UK, for example, in London. So they set up the whole framework for people to lodge their projects. They coordinate the whole thing. They put the packages together for the judges, and then when it's all finalized, they put through social media on the website, and they put stories together. They pull the packages together. They will also do a printed copy at the end of the year, a very high quality printed thing that members can then put on their table in their offices, share it with their clients. You know what I mean?
On their
So there's
website.
a hard copy on their website. So there's this hard copy and soft copy of that thing in the end. All that costs money, and that needs to be covered some way. So this sponsorship money is really, really important to fund all of that to make it a success. And then if there's anything left over, it just helps us to pay the bills, for our admin staff and other things in there. So it's a holistic approach, and in addition to what Andrew also said.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're excited to have the likes of yourself, Wayne, and Greg involved. So we might as well just raise a glass because, it's been a few minutes. Cheers to all of our sponsors and to Project Excellence. Now, Mario, I might call on you as well, because we've got a very good judging panel for the Project Excellence, and I'd love just to hear a little bit from your perspective on each of these individuals and what they bring to the table for this competition.
Sure. So we wanted this to really elevate the profile of this whole initiative. And so we reached out and we used all the board members. I put the challenge to them. I said, go out and find good, high quality, well-respected, reputable people in the industry. And so and get it from across the board of the Asia Pacific division. So you're able to get Jim Smith, based in Australia. So he brings in environmental health. He's written books. He's a lecturer. He belongs to different associations. So he brings that technical skill to it. We've got Ralph, who's the vice president of Marriott, mover and shaker in the whole in this part of the world. Very experienced guy, and it was really heartwarming. I thought, should I ask him? Maybe I'll ask him, and almost all of them didn't bat an eyelid. They were all honored as well to be approached and accepted the offer. Dr. Pearl Lim is a very distinguished lady. Again, she originates from Taiwan, but she's does a lot of work in Hong Kong. And again, a broad spectrum of things. She's got a PhD in hospitality and tourism, in hotel and tourism. And then the last one, I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but it's half blocked out there. This last gentleman, Mr. Cole, who's based in KL. He is a senior designer in this company, and also lectures on architecture in the University of Malaysia. So you can see we've got, from Malaysia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Australia, a nice wide range, broad spectrum, and this elevates the whole profile of our initiative. And the first one, so we thought we'd start off well, and that's what we have today.
Yeah, look, that's excellent. And do you, I know that you can't give away too much, Mario, but can you share with us maybe something that the judges might be looking for?
Yes, we've set criteria for them and said, you've got the judging criteria. And so there's a percentage of it going for innovation, for new concept, for thinking outside the box, for sustainability. So it's a whole wide, broad range of things that they've got to evaluate on, so that we have a fair, and the good thing about it is it's all online. It'll be packaged, given to them, and they themselves, among themselves, are excited to connect with each other and share their knowledge and share their experience. And I think everyone will learn from this, and everyone will benefit from this great initiative.
Yeah, absolutely, Mario. Thank you. And well assembled all. I have a personal saying of mine, which is first time's always a personal best. So it means we've got a really good benchmark here for the competition, but it's through the feedback of all of us here in the room on whether we entered, whether we didn't, what was hard, what was easy, what we loved, what we get out of it, that will then help pave the way for the years to come. And I'd love to be celebrating with you when it's our first decade of the Project of Excellence. I think that's something really aspirational, a lovely legacy to leave moving forward for future members.
In a decade, I can tell you, Andrew and myself will be retired for sure. Steve Sid might still be around.
Really?
Yeah.
I might not be retired. I might need to keep working, but I'll go here. And,
Andrew will be working to pay for the fuel to drive around his 66.
Oh, okay.
It'll be $20 a litre in 10 years.
Oh, yeah. It'll be Mad Max style, right? You need connections.
Oh, he'll be there, don't worry.
Yeah, definitely. Wayne and I.
Oh, mate,
now, I believe we've got
all of 160 kilometres out of a tank. Yeah.
Yep, we'll just bunny hop from one servo to the next.
I believe we have Mike Jones, the curator of submissions, why couldn't be with us today, but just sent a short clip on why he's excited to be involved with these awards.
Hello, FCSI Asia Pacific Division, and greetings on behalf of the Progressive Content team here in London. I'm Michael Jones from FCSI's Food Service Consultant magazine, and I'd like to wish you well for your AGM and also a happy, healthy and successful close to the final part of the year. It has, of course, been a relentlessly challenging year for everyone in the industry, but despite that, it really has been our great pleasure here on the magazine and the FCSI website to showcase the insight, the opinions and the inspiring projects of FCSI APD professional members throughout the year in print and online. It is very clear to us that the division is in fantastic shape, and this has been wonderfully conveyed through the FCSI APD's Project Excellence initiative, which was launched early this year. We've had a succession of brilliant entries from members, innovative projects that really demonstrate the talent of consultants in this region. A big thank you, therefore, to all the members who submitted an entry. You have made the decision making for our judges very tricky, but you won't have too long to wait, as we will announce the 3 winning projects in a special print supplement in Q4 as well as online. And speaking of our judges, I would like to thank them in advance for their dedication, their time and their input. It's hugely appreciated. I would finally like to extend our gratitude to our sponsors who have made this initiative possible. A big thanks then to Unix Australia and Moffat for their platinum sponsorship, to Myco for their gold sponsorship, and to Wellbuilt for their silver sponsorship. Otherwise, have a great AGM, and I look forward to seeing you all, hopefully in person rather than just virtually, in 2022, and all the very best from here in London.
Oh, how good is that?
Good stuff.
Just speakers across the board. I'm getting a little bit toasty. It's just perfect.
Are we allowed to know how many entries there were?
Yes, Tim. Now that we've had a few glasses of wine, the tongues are back. We got 10 entries. 10
entries. Terrific. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, and hopefully we get. If we're going to do this again annually, we'll get the same or more next year.
I would have
It's
thought
always,
people
the first is always the hardest.
want to.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think the conversation before around, I mean, the sponsorship's really good, but even on top of that, it's the energy and the drive of our membership to get things done, because it's, you know, it's that, how do you coordinate everyone's effort and funnel it towards something that can be long lasting? So the, you know, whilst the dollars are really great, it's the energy on the ground, the day to day, and that willingness to contribute a little bit more because you care, so important. And we acknowledge all of the members and you know, sponsors that have put their hat in the ring to support this great initiative. So we're really excited for this, I guess, year and then subsequent years, because if we, as first times a personal best, if we can break the back of it under abnormal circumstance, who knows what it will look like when things are a little bit smoother, which they will be. Yeah.
Well, we've got the future. You've got Bridget and others online and the thing. Once they join, and I think we could double that next year.
Yeah, we'll be in very shortly, Mario. It's just taken us a bit of time to get organised with all the other things that have been going on around here.
Totally understand. Totally understand.
But, we definitely want to get involved. We're really impressed with what you guys are doing, so we certainly want to be part of it and contribute.
Thanks,
Great
Bridget.
to hear,
Thank you.
Bridget.
Thank
And
you,
it's
stay
feedback
safe.
like that. It's just so important. That why was it difficult? What was it? How can we make it smoother? Because that's what we're here to support and inspire. And that's we're only as good as the information that flows into us, and that's where that two-way street of communication is so important.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're really excited about Project Excellence, and here now we've got our final speaker for the evening, and who I consider quite the heavyweight. So this is a gentleman I've known for a number of years through the industry, many different functions, long lunches, Melbourne Food and Wine Festival, and then just sort of running in and around different industry events. So I've had some great conversations with him over the journey, and really excited to see where he's landed now in this leadership role and his thoughts about where we can go forward. So as we listen to this little entrance music, I'll ask you to raise your glass and we'll listen to the illustrious new chair, Andrew Brain.
Thanks, Glenn. Okay, guys and girls, ladies and gents, I'd like to take you on a little journey. After all, this is happy hour. There'll be time to get into the professional and the business side of the board meetings, but for now, let's keep it social. The bar's open and we're running a tab. So sit back, relax, have a few drinks and some snacks, enjoy the tunes. I'll be back. Let's top up my glass.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, now that was Lean On Me by Club Nouveau, released in 1986. It was originally written by Bill Withers in 1972. Where did it take you? While you were listening to that, did it take you back to 1986, if you remembered it? But did you go to 72? Nowhere? Never heard it before? That's okay. Music, like two of our other senses, taste and smell, has the power to transcend time and space. Strong emotions help encode the experiences in our brain and they turn them into lasting memories. Do you know that there's such a job as music psychologists? I read this article where they said, music often accompanies emotional events. An event, an emotion, and a song are often bound together in a certain part of the brain called the medial prefrontal cortex. Music is likely to produce a very positive mood, and very positively coloured events are actually remembered better than negative ones. Take driving to the beach on a summer's day, lying in the sun at a music festival, a barbecue with your friends and family, or hearing your national anthem when your team wins a major event. For me, music is my go-to when I need to set the tone. I choose a track that motivates, to get things going. And sometimes if I need to, it might be a classical piece, something that I can focus and concentrate. On the other hand, heavy rock, if I need to blow off steam, offload frustration or anger. And other times, upbeat rhythms when I want to be creative. So, not many of you might know, but I love 50s rock and roll. Picture those movies in the 50s and the 60s, the Bodgies and the Widgies. If you don't know it, Google it. They go to the big dance halls, the smoky clubs and the bars, the cool clothes, the black and white shoes, the cars. What can I say? Everyone knows I love these. And I know there's people here, Bridget for one, as I went all over bloody Chicago looking for a pair of black and white shoes.
Yeah. And what about the Buddy Holly experience?
Well, you'd be happy to know, I actually found those shoes. And if everyone could, if I was there with everybody, if you were here, we'd actually be able to have a bit of a boogie and a dance. Me and my friends, we all wanted to do that. We'd watch it on TV. We'd say, okay, this is what we want to do. But back in the 80s, it was like, well, how do you learn this? It's not like you can actually learn from anybody. We figured, what do we do? So we decided, okay, we'll head off to a dance school. Unfortunately, when you go to a dance school, they're actually going to teach you ballroom. This is not what we were looking for, and not what we were into. We weren't into learning how to dance waltz or rumba, the cha-cha, samba, foxtrot or jive. But in hindsight now, the funny thing is rock and roll is made up of all of these elements. Is what the kids were dancing to in the 50s because they'd seen that on TV and movies, and the same thing as me. It was what inspired them. The music was basically the same, but had different tempos, different rhythms, and a signature that was either like 3/4 time, 4/4 time. For rock and roll, it's 1/2 back rock. We'd learn on a Monday night and head off to a 1950s style diner called the Pink Cadillac, very similar to this place. It had a beautiful, well, it's a classic jukebox, and we cranked the tunes. We'd practice the new moves. Once we had the confidence, then we were able to go to town hall dances or out to clubs with friends. On the other hand, I could actually go to a club by myself, knowing that in most cases, the way the dancers worked with the live big bands, it wouldn't matter. You'd pair up with somebody. The partners would change. It was the awesome connection between your dance partner and yourself. You know, your arm in arm, your hand is, I see if I can get this on the screen. Your hand is here and your other arm is around their waist. And you then learn the language of the dance, and the other person understands what your experience is. The tempo would lift, the music would get faster. We'd dance all night, and then it would be a lot of fun. Towards the end of the night, you get a chance to have a couple of slow dances. If you're lucky, you may actually walk out hand in hand with a new friend. So, you know, this was a long time ago. And music brings different emotions depending on where you want to go. So the different feelings, and with these different emotions, the music takes you to different places. So now when I hear Rock Around the Clock with by Bill Haley, it takes me back to the pink Cadillac. I can remember the nights where you have milkshakes and dancing. So I reckon what I've tried to do is draw you into a place. Now, I want to hear what's the song or the track that takes you to another place. Put it in the chat, drop it on the side there, because what we need to do is figure out what are those things that get you motivated, those things that tap into your mind, the songs that play in the back of your mind, whether it's a part of your life that when you were young, you might have found new love, might have gone through an exciting period, graduation, those sorts of things. Those songs become the soundtrack and the memories. So you probably put together a playlist for if you're out walking the dog or if you're training. It's not always 50s rock and roll for me. Sometimes I'll put on Stevie Ray Vaughan and just listening to him say a prayer with a guitar. It's one of those things that it almost, for me, brings on the emotion of the music. A Susie Quattro with a thump and bass guitar rhythms, if I want to smash a boxing bag or ride a long bike ride. Just put the music on and it gets that rhythm going. It gets me into a zone. For me, I like noise. And too much silence, I get buried inside my own head. And there's a time for solace, that's yoga. Yeah, believe it or not, I do tend to calm down and spend at least an hour a week where I can chill. If you feel that things are bogging you down, see if you can change the tempo to something that gets you up and moving about. Jumping around, get out of your seat, out of your office, out of your home office. Make a playlist of your motivating tracks. It could be the 1812 Overture. There's no right or wrong. If you feel things are pushing you too fast and starting to bog you down, change the track to a slow downs. Nora Jones, Enya. The thing I want to convey is this is real. It's called music invoked autobiographical memories. Let's be honest, a lot of people have got it really tough these days. And it's okay to put your hand up and say that I'm one of them. I'm not suggesting we ignore the reality that we're faced with. It's more about how we process the moment and focus our thoughts. Let the connections formed here also be the support that we provide each other. The FCSI is first and foremost an association of professionals. And let the event and the emotion and the song bind us together. So whatever your song is, please remember, lean on me, because we all need someone to lean on. So, okay, let's change the tempo again. At this point, as long as we're all comfortable, I'd like to make 3 acknowledgements. Firstly, let's toast Mario for his outstanding work and leadership as past chair for the last 3 years. Cheers.
Cheers, Mario.
Cheers.
Good work, Mario, and thank you very much.
Great work, Mario.
I'd also like to pay particular attention and thank our sponsors and allied members for their continued support. Cheers.
Cheers.
Pleasure.
And finally, I'd like to thank those members for taking up the positions, the new members for taking up positions on the board, because the 2022 and 23 board, I feel, is a very strong team. And without them, I think I'd be calling on Mario maybe every second day. So back to you, Glenn, in the central bar.
Good. Andrew, I'm just going to put my hands together. That was a beautiful little journey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I loved the language of dance down at the Pink Cadillac. All right, that is something that I'm going to take away from what you just shared with us then. And even thinking about what song to add up, I was like, oh, what song, what mood, what time, where was I? You know, one that resonated with me that I put in there, John Lennon, Give Peace a Chance, because I love that riff. But as a stark contrast, I saw Naughty by Nature at the Hordern Pavilion in Sydney, down with OPP, and I tell you what, the whole
completely
place was
different.
going off.
Of course. Yep.
So, you know, that's the joy of good music. It can transport us to anywhere at any time. And knowing that you've got a playlist on standby can be very
Have
handy.
it ready. Have it
Yeah,
ready.
absolutely. Right.
So
Imagine playing a really powerful track just before you head into a client meeting. Energy level
Get
shift.
yourself up.
Absolutely.
Believe in yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Now we've got something to share with us from a number of other members that couldn't make it here tonight, but still wanted to share our well wishes for these final moments of happy hour. So we might just, we'll hear from them. And thank you very much, everyone, for staying online, supporting our members that had to duck away. But your contributions through the last 12 months, and we really look forward to the journey ahead. Let's hear from a couple of our other members around the world.
I'm Bill Caruso, the current president and chair of FCSI's Worldwide Board of Directors. I want to take this time to personally thank each and every one of you for the excellent job that you have undertaken and done in your division, and for all the tireless work and efforts at building the division into a very strong and vibrant member of our international society. My personal thanks go out to my good friend Mario Sequeira, Andrew Brain, and others on your board of directors for the tireless work and efforts that you have put in over these last few years to make the societies and the division what it is today. You know, I've admired the grit and determination over these past 2 years of our members worldwide. The society has continued to grow, to prosper. We have gone through some very difficult situations, but I know that we're going to come out of this on the other end very soon, and we're going to be better off than even we were when we entered it.
I've been very grateful to have been introduced to FCSI and the food service consultancy field. FCSI brought me learning, help, support, and most of all, inspiration. Learning in the sense that you gave me a chance to come to Australia and learn more about the food service consultancy field, and inspiration in the sense that I'm trying also to help other fellow restaurant entrepreneurs with their licenses, alcohol license and beverage licenses.
I'm Wade Kaler, Executive Director of FCSI, the Americas Division. Having been the Chief Staff Officer for this division for the last 10 years, I've seen a lot of ups and downs within FCSI Asia Pacific Division. It's great right now to see Mario and the board having the division moving in the right direction. You know, during this COVID world, it's all very difficult to try to figure out where we're going to go next. But I'm sure with the direction of the board and what they've been able to do through this COVID so far, they'll continue to have you all moving forward and be able to eventually conduct business in whatever post-COVID world's going to look like.
How has the FCSI helped me over the last 12 months? I think it's been awesome being able to catch up with a lot of great people, have the opportunity to chat on webinars when we couldn't actually get out of our own houses. So I think it's been great. The connection has been fantastic.
Hi, my name is Steve Sig. I'm the proud Managing Director of the Catering HQ Group, established in 1996. I'm also proud to be on the board of FCSI Asia Pacific Division for the last 2 years, where I get to meet like-minded, talented people. We're really excited about what we've achieved in the milestones and also about the future ahead. We want you to know as an association, we're here for our members and business colleagues during the difficult time and also when the times are great. We want to know that you can pick up the phone and speak to us at any time. Please stay positive during these times. And we really look forward to meeting you face to face in the very near future.
Beautiful sign off, Steve. Thank you very much. All your investment of your time here tonight is not undervalued at all, and we really, really appreciate it. Thank you for your contribution over the last 12 months with this fantastic organization, and we look forward to the next 12 months surging forward. Everyone, take care. Thank you for logging in, and stay positive. There's good things just around the corner. We're confident of it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn.
Hey, guys, goodbye.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Great meeting.
Have a good night. Well done.
Bye-bye.
Well
Bye-bye.
done, everyone.
Thanks for joining in.